Welcome back to Wayne TV. We are excited to be with the United Way of Wayne County. We have Miss Sherry and Miss Pilar here, and y'all, it's been a little while, but I know you guys have been super busy.
It's been a minute, Joel, but
Yeah.
we have been. A lot of great things going on. The first half
Have we already
of the
started
year,
campaign? I feel like campaign's going to be
we
here in
haven't,
like
but
a
it
month.
is right. Well,
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. We've started planning and preparing.
Okay.
But our front runners is like July. So Bethany has been in and working on campaign materials, what presentations will look like, and just all of that. So yeah, she's been since about March. She started working on that, and so we'll be ready. I'm excited. We've got quite a few new businesses that are getting
Awesome.
engaged, so that's really exciting.
I swear there's only like 3 weeks y'all take off between the final event and the next campaign.
Something
but that's
else
awesome.
to do is something else to do. And Pilar, I've stopped telling her there's never a slow time. I don't know, maybe after Christmas that week is a little
like one
down.
week after
Yeah.
Christmas. Yeah.
It's a little
Hope you
down.
enjoyed it while it was here.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go back to it.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
she's been with Day of Action, Day of Caring, Day of Service. Those things take up
Yeah.
a lot of time, and we've been, I say we, but she's been really preparing hard for Day of Action. So
Yeah. Do you want to talk about a few of those? Because I know
Sure.
you guys have been doing a lot of those.
So Day of Action is happening next week. It's on Wednesday. We have 8 projects in the books. We have 3 of those 8. We already have volunteers. Some of the groups, the base groups, have claimed some of the projects. We actually even have, is it Wayne Employee Council or Committee?
Okay.
They claimed
county's
one
doing
of
one
the
of the
projects.
projects. Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome.
yeah.
And so we have projects for the Wayne County Museum, where we'll be working on the exterior of it, just trimming bushes, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Hydrant Church, their playground. Totes of Hope, of course, is the assembling of personal care items for the vets. Also Sound the Alarm for American Red Cross, which will be installing free smoke detectors to a couple of neighborhoods, one in Elroy and one in Goldsboro. And you'll forgive me because I can never pinpoint which neighborhood exactly we're going
Yeah.
to. They keep giving me maps, but
It's all right.
I don't know what that means,
It's going to be good.
but it'll be fine. So we're hoping to do maybe about 150 smoke detectors.
Wow.
And that'll be good if we actually do that, because the point of that is to prevent house fires,
Yeah.
prevent death out of house fires. So hopefully we're hoping to get some people to help us canvass tomorrow. That's tomorrow, canvassing. Canvassing will be just about going to these neighborhoods that we selected and just letting people know we're coming back next week. We're going to install free smoke detectors. If you're home, let us know, or have somebody there so we can
Yeah.
come in. And then, of course, the 21st, that's when it's going to happen. So we have, Totes of Hope. That's kind of the bigger thing, because it's next week, and we still need a lot of items that needs to go into that bag. We're still needing socks. We're still needing combs and Band-Aids and things like that. So if they go to our website, unitedwayne.org, /project-2-1, it will show the list of items that we're needing, and they can also contact me to see which items. Some items have already been fulfilled,
Yeah.
and they can ask me which ones are still in need of. We're still in need of, and I can let them know.
Cool. And that's all coming up on the 21st.
It's on the 21st.
Of June.
So
And every
if you-
year, June
if you're
is
watching this
June.
before then, you can get involved. If it's after that point,
Yeah.
think about it for next year, because
Yeah.
it always
Think about it
comes
for
up
next year.
around
Yeah.
It's always
the
the
same time.
21st.
It's always the same day. Okay, that's good
Yeah.
to know. That's right. Yeah. And so if you missed it, it's a really cool event because there's so many different projects.
Different
Yeah.
You
projects.
can
yeah.
find something that you're
Oh,
good
yeah.
at in any of
Oh,
them.
yeah.
So
It's good to connect and think about those too if you're watching, just because about every quarter there's something like this. But this Day of Action is happening all over the country
Yeah.
for United Ways everywhere. And so we love that, we're kind of tagging on all across the country, and our community, has specific needs, so we're able to address them
Yeah.
right here. But Day of Service, that's typically in September, so very similarly, sometimes there are service projects that we're helping to host. And Day of Action, of course, is in June. But there's just then January,
January.
we have, is it Day of Service?
I think it's the Caring.
Caring. They're all running
Yeah.
together
They're
on me.
all-
I know.
They have something.
But that one is usually around MLK, so lots of great opportunities
Yeah.
to get involved and to be engaged in the community, whether it's, you know, your office or your Sunday school class or your dinner club, whatever it is, you know, just maybe your family. I love too when it's just, okay, it's a family coming together. Hey, this is something we can do together.
Yeah.
So lots of opportunities. So she's been working heavily on that. We've been working with the city too over the last 6 weeks or so. The United Way agreed to partner with them and to basically handle their nonprofit funding that they designate every year. And so this year there will be $90,000 that will go to nonprofits through areas of focus that they have identified. And so we've had some timelines already kind of come and go, and so now we are at the point the grant applications have come in, the first step, the second step, and now we are putting together the committees that are going to address all of these requests and determine what the actual recommendation should be. So I love, you know, that they are partnering and we're able to kind of communicate with them to say, hey, this isn't United Way staff or board decision. This is community volunteers coming together and listening and reading what the opportunities are and recognizing what our needs are. And those recommendations will come back to the City Council and they'll hopefully approve those and then get these nonprofits some support to make these things happen.
I think that's such a cool partnership. You guys have the experience in dealing with nonprofits. Plus, you know, if there's nonprofits that maybe don't get funded by the city, that's an opportunity for them to learn about what the United Way is doing, find out potentially other people that they, so I think that's a win for the whole community.
We love that too, and that's one of the things that we shared is, well, we can't fund every program, obviously, but we can still serve as a partner for them, whether it's helping them to market what they're doing, helping them to have some professional development and to build on their capacity through that professional development. So it's a great opportunity for us too. We're very glad to do that.
Pilar, I know this, we didn't talk about this, but I know that you've been pretty busy too with putting together stuff with like the hospital and stuff too.
Oh, yes. So we were able to receive a grant again this fiscal year from VGF, which is Volunteer Generation Fund, that's out of Raleigh, the Office of the Governor. They are sub-grantees of AmeriCorps, so they ask different nonprofits to submit an application for a grant, and we got it again this year. And one of the things that we did, of course, out of that grant, we're doing the volunteer fair again. That's happening in August. And for this year, instead of doing the professional development courses, we did a corporate engagement, which is essentially engaging local corporations or local businesses to do a volunteer event on their site, and we supply, out of the grant, we supply the items that we're working on. So in February as well as May, we put together health supply kits that went to the high schools, and then we did a summer survival kits which went to the local elementaries. So UNC Health Wayne are the people who put together those bags for us. So we supplied the items, and all of their teams, their employees, came together and put the bags. So it was fun.
Yeah, I knew I'd seen that, and so I wanted to talk about that because I think that's such a cool event. So
lots of great things happening in
our
community.
What else do we need to talk about? Is that pretty much it?
Well, as you mentioned, we'll be kind of kicking off, we'll kind of quietly kick off in July with our front runners. For our campaign, which is typically in August, and it will be once again August the 23rd. We'll be at the Maxwell Center again, and we're excited to be able to continue with this tradition we've started, to be able to showcase all these nonprofits in the county and offer opportunities to volunteer. So we'll have a volunteer fair, our kickoff to our campaign on August the 23rd, but in advance we'll kick off a little quietly and work with about 20 to 25 businesses to kick off their campaign at their place of employment, so that hopefully when we kick off in August, we are at 35% of our goal when we first start.
Yeah, 40, 50, whatever.
I would love it.
Whatever happens.
Yes, yes. So I think we were about 39 last year. So so that's our plan. So we're working, steadily on that, and very excited to jumpstart that campaign again and really, be able to provide some support to these nonprofits.
Yeah. Last thing I want to talk about, I don't think we've seen y'all since the golf tournament.
That's right.
I don't think. So everything went smooth there?
It was great.
Oh, yes.
Somebody won, hopefully?
Well, they did, and they won. And we also had, this is our first year having 2 tea times, and they loved it. And it was just really a lot of fun to be there all day with the groups and enjoy, just watching them enjoy themselves so much. We talked about it for a couple of days after, too, on what, they're just... Sometimes you're trying as a committee to figure out what can we do to make this the best experience, or should we buy this, should we do that? And really, they just enjoy having the day to be out there.
Because they got a day off of work to go play golf.
They enjoy being there. They enjoy, of course, supporting a nonprofit that they are advocates for. But it's just such a beautiful day, and we had great weather. I mean, so. Couldn't have been better. We had burgers out there, and we had Panera out there for breakfast, and Highway 55 for lunch. So. You had to.
Great.
It was
it was a whole spread out there.
Win-win.
And it's so funny because like my friends, our coworkers, we usually have a team in it, and like every year they're like, "Oh, sorry, I've got to go play in the golf tournament."
No, I'm so
and I'm
sorry.
like, man, maybe I need to step my golf game up, and then I get to go play the golf tournament too. But no, it is all for a great
Thank you for
cause.
asking. It was a lot of fun.
Good. Well, y'all, I think we've pretty much hit it all. I'm going to go ahead and give the standard thing that I talk about. If you're not following the United Way of Wayne County on Facebook, give them a like, give them a follow, because they do post a lot of good information for the community. You can find them online, unitedwayne.org, and stop by and visit the office. You can call them. They are very accessible, but really a great organization here in the county doing some really cool things. So, ladies, anything else?
That's all. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank y'all for coming
Thank
in.
you.
We'll see you next time right here on Wayne TV.